The instructions for number 32 say simplify and express the result with positive exponents. So the first thing I'm going to do is inside here take my negative exponent and move it to the bottom. So now I have 64 y to the positive 21 over x to the positive 15. Okay, and now I'm going to remember that a rational exponent, the denominator is the index and the numerator is the power. So what I'm really doing here is taking the cubic root of all of that raised to the second power. Well, the cubic root of 64 is 4. The cubic root of y to the 21, remember the rule is as long as this is a multiple of this, then it has a cubic root. And I divide. 21 divided by 3 is 7, so it's y to the 7th power over, that's x to the 15th. It's a little hard to read there, but 15 divided by 3 is 5, so it's over x to the 5th. And all I've taken care of is the cubic root, so I still now need to raise all of that to the second power. 4 squared is 16. Y to the 7th squared, remember when you take a power of a power, you multiply the exponents, so that's y to the 14th over x, again a power of a power, I multiply my exponents, 5 times 2 is 10 over y to the 10th. I could also take this and first just multiply my powers times my powers. Now in 64 I can't do that, of course. 64 to the 2/3 means the cubic root of 64, which is 4, squared is 16. So do that in your head. That might be a little difficult, but the cubic root of 64 is 4 because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And then square what you get. That was 4. Square it, that's 16. So again, cubic root of 64. Cubic root of 64 is 4. Squared is 16. Now, x to the negative 15, I'm going to say negative 15 times 2 over 3. Negative 15 times 2 is negative 30. Divided by 3 gives me x to the negative 10. And then do the same thing, y to the 21 raised to the 2/3 power. 21 times 2 is 42. 42 divided by 3 is 14. That's y to the positive 14th. Now that requires a little more head work, but if you can accomplish that, then all you have to do in your last step is take your negative exponent and move it to the bottom of the fraction. So that's 16y to the 14th over x to the 10. Same thing I got this way. Here I just took my cubic root first and then I raised it to my power. Here I went ahead and took my powers and multiplied them by that power, and then simplified by getting my x to the negative 10 down to the denominator of the fraction. Both ways work equally as well. So whichever is your preference is the way you should do it. There you go.